Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Friday stream. We got a full panel tonight, and a couple of interesting topics to hit. So I just want to introduce real quick, Tommy in the Guinea Pig Collective. How you doing, brother?
Nibble, what's going on, everybody? How you all doing? The real Paw Patrol is here.
Excellent, man. Excellent. We also have someone. It's the first time I think he's been on my channel. Adega Outlaw. How we doing?
Howdy. All doing good.
Excellent. Yeah, he's got a really cool couple of projects and things that you guys could pick up, including some books. We're going to be covering that. We also have my co-host, Chris Fisk. How we doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. Another Friday.
Nice, man. Yeah, we lasted another week. Yay. We got Marinus in the house as well. How you doing, bro?
Hey, guys. Greetings from the Netherlands. How are you guys? Hope you are doing well.
We got our European people in the house. We also have Russ Leach with Only Death Can Save Us.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Oh, dude, always a pleasure, my friend. Yeah, like I said, we have a couple of topics we're going to cover. We're going to get into some of these books as well. We go about an hour on the Fridays, so I just want to say another quick hello over to the chat. Phil Ryder, he's been here for a little bit. He wanted us to get started. Something about his balls tingling. Excellent, my friend. Replicant in the house. How we doing? Phil Ryder was still going, which is awesome. Great dude. Tommy was saying hi to everybody. We also got Pope Chewbacca in the house. It's dude. They say hello to Wookiee. He changed his name a lot, but great dude. And we'll be covering a few things, including a topic that I think he wanted us to kind of talk about, which was the fastest gun in the West. Alec Baldwin. Holy shitballs.
Too soon? What?
Well, this is why we have Only Death Can Save Us up right now.
Yeah.
We're in a world of madness, complete madness.
We certainly are.
I have no idea. I'm still kind of perplexed of how this even went down. This is 2021. There were laws that were changed across the board when it comes to filming and using either live ammunition or people with gun safety regulations.
Well, not only that, Vinny, but even having live ammunition on the set, that is not supposed to happen at all.
No, it's not. And they said they're still investigating, so we don't know the full situation yet. Hale, what about? Johnny's also in the house too. Hale, brother.
What up?
Yeah. This is the thing that I don't know what happened yet. I don't know if it was something happened with the blank cartridge. Something got lodged in the gun, because I know something similar like that happened to Brandon Lee because they were using live ammunition. Someone put the wrong casing in there that had too much of the primer and the gunpowder, and it pretty much was a real bullet. I don't know if that's what happened here, but they said two people, one got killed and the other one got injured.
I heard
the cinematographer, she got killed.
Yeah.
And then the director got injured.
I heard it was shrapnel from the gun, so maybe it was just a faulty gun. I don't know how guns work. Sorry.
Right.
Well, but he was. Oh, sorry.
Well, no, this is what I was going to say. I think it comes down to the whole situation too of if they were firing and they were working on these guns like the night before, earlier in the day, or whatever. You could have something lodged in the gun. You know, because they said it was a malfunction and it went off. And how could two people get hurt with one shot? So something else must have happened. I'm assuming. I know that he went batshit crazy. They said he was screaming, crying all over the place. It's seriously fucked up. Like I said, whoever was responsible for checking those guns, cleaning those guns, clearing those guns, screwed up tremendously. Someone lost their life. This is really seriously screwed up. Yes, Alec Baldwin's a dick, but for something like that to have happened, like, you know, I do have pity on the guy.
You wouldn't want to wish that on anyone, would you? Because
exactly,
he's out. I mean, like him or not, he's out there working, doing whatever he's doing, and suddenly he's at the end of a machine that's just killed someone. It's like, wow, no, I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
He was quoted as saying, "Who the hell gave me a hot gun?"
Yeah, well, again, who the hell did do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Everything should be cleaned and ready to go. You know, people need to check the barrels, all that shit. Especially.
Here's a funny thing, Vinny, and I want to talk about the people that say, prop guns can actually kill people. I used to go to this place. It was out in Netcong, New Jersey. It was called Wild West City when I was younger, and they used to have they used to have gunfights in the street all the time with the prop guns, with the blanks. Not once did anybody ever get injured, and they used to aim it at each other when they were firing these blank shooting guns, and nobody ever got hurt, not once. And you figure it was a remodeled Western town, so it was a dirty, dusty town, just like it would have been back then. And the fact that those guns didn't have problems, yet something on a set of a movie where they're putting all kinds of money into it, because those people at that place didn't have all kinds of money.
Oh yeah, dude, of course. And that's the thing. Live ammunition had to be used. Something else was going on there. Because even the situation with Brandon Lane, there was a different caliber bullet. Like I remember seeing the special and stuff on when they broke that down. There was a different caliber bullet, and that's what got lodged in the barrel of the gun for Brandon Lane. So when they used they wanted the big flash, they really packed that blank, and that was enough force to blow out the lodged bullet and kill him. Or hit him, and then he bled out and all that.
Either way, it's super sad that poor person went to work doing what they were doing and never went home. So
exactly.
That's bad.
And for that poor woman to go what she went through, and it's messed up. People need to be arrested. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Get in there, do the proper investigation, and
the term's negligent homicide.
Somebody is responsible and needs to be held for it in one way or another. Yeah,
absolutely
held accountable.
I'm wondering if the reason why the director didn't die is because it was a pass-through round, meaning that it went through her, killed her, and then barely penetrated him.
For that to happen, it would have had to have been what they call a full metal jacket round. It would have had to have been a solid projectile that was designed to do that.
Yeah, I was talking to my son earlier, and he said that he'd heard on a report. I mean, obviously we're 5,000 miles away, so we could well be having it wrong. But there was shrapnel involved, and in some way the gun had exploded. So maybe I don't. That would obviously be a real malfunction of the weapon itself. But I don't know how that can happen without gunpowder. So.
Or injuring Alec himself. A gun exploding like that, it would have injured his hand at least.
You'd think, wouldn't you? You'd think,
Exactly. Something's fishy over there. We'll find out, or what they're going to cover up. Who knows? Like you said, big Hollywood movie. They like to hide a lot of things as well. We'll see what happens. But somebody needs to pay for what the hell happened, because that was seriously fucked up.
The Pastor Dan says they reported it was a pass-through. So.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
So... what kind of round was that? If you're saying full metal goes through.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of performances I like from him. I think personally he's a dick, but he has been a good actor in a lot of movies.
He doesn't deserve this, though. Nobody
does.
Nobody
does. Not her family, not the director, not him, not his family. There's just a lot of negligence there, and it's truly fucked up. But sorry, my title's a little salacious. Maybe I'll change it afterwards. But because there's a couple other crazy things that went down, and including, I don't know, did you hear about the NIH and Fauci?
No.
They confirmed he lied. He has 5 days to turn in all of his paperwork.
Good
so I'm
Lord.
sure he's. Say again?
I just said, good Lord. I was expleting in a very polite way.
I think, he's got 5 days to deliver all of his documents. So I think he's going to spend at least 4 days trying to burn as much as he could.
With 4 days on the back of a shredder.
Yeah, what a fucking evil piece of shit. So, I don't know. But they said big news outlets covered it. So it's not just like, your Joe Rogans and Jones and all that stuff. No, it was MS, and it was all these big names, the major media outlets. I'm sure a lot of them glossed over it, because in the beginning of every single one of these news outlets, they literally go, sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, how many times did he say in front of Congress and everything when they had those meetings? He's like, there was no gain of function.
Yeah.
Well, Rand Paul was literally explaining. He's like, here's your definition of gain of function, and here's what you guys did. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. It's like he literally just showed you.
You're wrong. With his hand trembling. You're wrong. Rand Paul, you're wrong. Somebody kill this man.
Yeah, exactly. Take him out. Like the Bill Gates. Well, he's dead now, so.
Holy shit. I swear, these rat bastards. It's funny. Rand Paul last night was on one of the programs, and he literally goes, "Yeah." They go, "Are you vindicated?" He goes, "I don't care about me." He goes, "This man helped murder 5 million people at least. I think something needs to be done and soon." So
Drop the mic.
yeah, right. He just went balls out on national television because again, I know they tried to take him out a few times. So
he's a doctor.
Yeah, he knows his shit. They're afraid of him because he's going to speak up because he knows this is wrong, this is criminal on every level what they've been doing. I love that now. Again, they're pushing. We have Let's Go Brandon, our favorite NASCAR driver, talking about pushing it through for 5-year-olds and up now. This has gone to a demented level, absolutely demented. So. I hope people are again doing their research and everything regarding all that stuff. But there's a lot of things that happened, and the NIH apparently, I guess Fauci's wife isn't running it anymore. There's been a lot of people who are trying to make sure that they're not going to be tied to this shit because there's overwhelming evidence saying what all that shit really is, and they said it too. Bio and weapon have been in the title of most of this discussion. We'll see what happens with all that. If my channel gets taken down, shit. But listen, we need to get a little bit of info out there, right? But anyway, I thought you guys should know about that. And well, speaking of Dr. Death and all that stuff, let's cover real quick some projects.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll do a palette
What
cleanser.
a segue. That was fantastic.
Wow. Kudos.
You're wrong. We're gonna
Man.
play the trailer first, and then we'll dive into this awesome book.
Hell yeah.
You got it, guys. Oh shit. Buddy, break this down for everyone. Let them know about the sequel you got here. To Only Death Could Save Us.
Yeah, this is carrying on from where the first book left off. It's more Bronze Age inspired madness, so it's all ages. It's fun. It's action packed, and it like I say comes in where the last story left off. It goes back to a current villain and takes you further in the arc. It's a 3-book arc. This is the middle book. This is more bonkers and more fun than the first book.
Nice, man.
Nice.
Beautiful. Yeah, because, bro, you have just a killer style. I love everything you've been doing.
Thank you.
Look at this, man. Yeah, the characters look great. This project's amazing. I have the first book is sitting in another pile with a bunch of other books I'm diving into. I've been so pissed. I've had zero time, fuck all time. But
I know how you feel.
yeah, we got to get these projects done. And like I said, I'm on the last act of my book, so I'm going deep and like the ladies, like deep in. We're gonna have our fun, but yeah, you know what? Like I said, once I get like big chunks out of the way, I'll sit down one day and I'll sit down and I'll just start reading some of these books because that's why I bought them. They look amazing. The creators are fantastic, and it's stuff that I'm really into. So I can't wait. This book looks killer.
Yeah.
Look at this shit, man. Wow.
Well, you know what, Vinny? I think it's very telling. You mentioned chunks, and just a screenshot right above that, there were some nice tatas on her.
Oh yeah.
Giggity.
Again, who doesn't like fun bags? I mean, there's plenty of great stuff, and I got to tell you too, man. Russ, he delivers in spades, man. The work that I got from him, the prints, everything, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Well packed. Again, he's sending from overseas as well. Everything arrived perfectly. Great dude, amazing project. Yeah, man. Like if you got some extra bits of story to tell them, to let them know, or why they should pick it up, or if they didn't even know about the first book.
Yeah, I mean there is.
A little rundown.
Yeah, there is the featured tier still has like 35 or so packages so you can pick up the first book and the second book for a good price together.
Nice.
So you can catch up on the story. There's also a signed copy of the Arrow comics because I'm being serialized with Arrow comics, obviously after everybody gets the books. Backers, that is, after all the backers get the book. So you get like the VIP premiere version, and then it goes out serialized as floppies. So there's a signed version of the first ever floppy printed. There's only 150 of those things.
Nice.
There's a print there, so anybody who backed the first campaign will automatically get the Preston Esavado print for free, and the first 200 people to back the second campaign, no matter what, will get the Ink Spots print. That's based on my pencils for issue 2 of the floppies.
Dude, that's killer.
And it did a fantastic color over the top. Really, really nice.
Hell yeah, these are beautiful, man. And Ink Spots. He's another guy. I hope more people are going to showcase him on more projects because that dude is super talented.
Yeah, he is talented. There's some color prints of the work inside. I picked some of the more flamboyant ones from the backup stories and the lore stuff, the world building stuff, and there's also some black and white prints with some of my archives from the work that I've done for other publishers. There are other publishers around. You can choose anyone you wish. And then also we put on the stretch goals today. I'm doing fridge magnets. I want all 4 of these guys in fridge magnets. Everybody loved the fridge magnet last time.
Nice.
And this time we're going to do a set of all 4 of the 4 horsemen. And I'm starting with backers. So rather than finances, rather than money targets, I'm going for backer targets. So the first campaign finished up at 60 days at 184 backers. So I'm looking to push further. So at 185 backers, you get the first fridge magnet free. Then it's 220, then it's 250, then it's 300. I ended up with 271 backers last time in total after the in-demand phase. So I'm kind of stretching towards that if possible.
I'm a new backer, Russ. I mean, I backed, a while ago, the first one and the second one. So you got me as a
thank you.
Well. So, yeah.
Thank you.
I only heard good stories about it, and I missed the first one because I didn't know, it wasn't what for me. And then I heard all the stories, and word of mouth, it works. It works.
Yeah, it does work. Yeah.
Yeah, because now I'm invested in your product as well.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you. I mean,
really, quite honestly, word of mouth has really never changed in that aspect, except that word of mouth used to be person to person. Now it's word of mouth over the internet. It really hasn't changed. So the concept is still there. So if you see something that's good and that you like, be sure to shout it out. I mean, I know everybody gets into the habit of if you see something that you don't like, you get vocal about it. But if you see something you like, you should be able to yell that out as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Be positive. Yeah, be positive, because that's what the industry needs. That's what we all need as creators. Be positive, and make the things you love, and if you love them enough, people will see it. And hopefully I poured enough love into the first one that people enjoyed it. And I got good responses, story and art. So, this is just, I suppose you could say it's more of the same, but it's more of the same, if you like. It's bigger and bolder. It's over 100 pages. There's 66 pages of story. Then there's a backup story of war, a 7-page story. And then there's about 30 pages of 30 pages, I can't remember exactly, of the lore, the backup stuff, which is a bit like sort of, if you think of the Watcher from the Marvel universe, it's that kind of thing where there's a script over the top and it tells you about the tales of your, as it were, how the lore of the whole story that I'm putting together has come together. So.
Right.
Oh yeah, man, dude, that's killer, and that is the thing. We should be on the rooftop shouting about how great these books are. Like you said, like you guys are saying, too many people get extra vocal about the shit that they hate, and there's not enough, I think, love and people pushing for these awesome projects and everything.
We're in a golden age now. We're in a golden age. I mean, your book is found. I can't wait to see that book. And I got the Through the Woods as well, which is a fantastic hardback book. Okay, and Genuine Comics is Dave Brink is in the chat. I saw. I got his comics as well, and just there's so many great books out there. The indie world is alive with creativity at the moment, and it's brilliant. It's a new golden age. Just be positive. Also, buy books.
Just one thing to add. Also, I'm noticing that there is a huge surgence in like international creators. Thanks to the internet, I'm now able to be introduced to more European, more Asian creators. And yesterday, I think it was on Red's channel, we were looking at Kevin Gunstone's Future Primitive.
Kevin's great.
It's another UK comic creator.
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah, I got to go back and see that one. I'm getting mixed up with my days now too. I've been missing a couple of streams and I'm kicking myself in the ass. But again, getting the work done, that's the important thing right now.
Yeah.
So the streams are great. It helps a lot. But yeah, like I was saying too, if you hate something with such a passion, well, then you should have that replacement for that. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to, again, like Russ is saying, we bring back this kind of special golden age of books, of these projects. 5 campaigns in already. I have fulfilled. I'm working on 6. I'm looking to get that out in your guys' hands for like the first quarter of 2022. That's what I'm aiming for right now. I'm working on the last end of like the book of all that stuff. I'm finishing out the pencils and inks, and then I'm going to go back and finish up the coloring and the lettering. So we're like right there. I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys to get this because
the only thing I would ask though is for all creators. I mean, just be careful. I mean, you're showing a lot of love when you're doing these projects. Just make sure you don't leave any in the pages.
That would be the printers. When printers get it, they're like, "Oh, this is fantastic."
I don't want coated pages. Thank you very much. I like my print uncoated.
Yeah, right. The only thing those books should have is your John Hancock on it. That's the only Let's be clear. And again, anyone, whatever your personal preference is, I don't give a shit. We're pushing books here, not your sexual habits. So God bless.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh man, but like I said,
you want to have a quick look at a piece of art off the board?
Oh hell yeah, man! See that?
Oh my God!
Nice,
dude, excellent.
Jesus
Holy
Christ!
Beautiful stuff, man. Yeah. Hey, see, that's what we love here.
I got a question, Russ.
Yeah.
So I'm noticing, like in your screenshot images here, like you're inking traditionally, yet all of those screenshot images are like digital clean. Is there like a extra step in there, or?
No, I mean, there will occasionally be things that you do a little clean on, but I mean, it's very, very minor. It's not like I'm going in and doing a sweep and putting a filter on it or anything like that. It's all traditional work, and then I scan it in at a fair size DPI, and then if there's a couple of things that need clean up, fine. But it is very, very small. It's just minor stuff. I
can do that from traditional.
This is all because I've fixed my stuff. Well, not fixed. We're all under development. That's the way artists are. But I got to a point where I kind of nailed what I really wanted to do, and from there I can develop onwards. But weirdly, I started off digitally inking because I was scared shitless of real ink, and because I developed my style at pace, it was almost like I did it sort of in a microcosm of my career, as it were, because I came back to comics late, and it just flipped round. The first book I did like 5 pages of traditional work because I thought it would be a good idea. I wanted people to be able to use it use it in a tier so people could have a piece of original art. I got completely hooked, and so that I'm doing the whole thing now in traditional. So I draw digitally with a pencil on screen, but I see that just an easier way of using a light box, and the way you do when you pencil, you go get photocopies of your work, upsize it, downsize it, put it back on the light box, trace it out, whatever. It's just effectively that's just real world layers. So I pencil digitally, then I print the thing out in blue line and I ink it.
Yeah, there's no edit undo in traditional art, so that's
No.
really impressive.
Thank you.
It's crazy, man. I got a number of pages I did completely traditional as well, pencil and inks. But then, like again, especially in this last kind of act of the book, I'm just doing the traditional pencils, scanning those in, and doing digital inks because
cool.
I'm getting a much cleaner kind of line that I want, and it helps with how I'm kind of painting because I still want the line work to show through. I've had other books where I've mixed up my style a bit where I'll paint over some of my line work, other pages or certain areas, depending on what it calls for. I'll let it shine through, but I like doing it this way where I still have like that painterly approach, but all the lines you're going to see everywhere because I put a massive amount of detail into my pages. You know, like I'm the woodwork alone on the boat, on all that shit is just I don't know. I'm maybe a little crazy.
Always beautiful. Always.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's the goal to get beauty out there, man. My sketchbook. They thought that they walked into something, and before I said John Hancock, I'm talking about the signature. Let's clarify that. Like I said, there's a lot of weirdness going around in circles, and stay the fuck away from all that stuff, please. Let's keep it about the projects, about the books, and about cool people.
Is it an ink stamp of your Hancock?
We have other artists and writers here, guys. Let us know. Me personally, I get the Sharpie out and I sign your books. That's what you get. But you know what? We do have another great person here who has some amazing projects. Adega, brother, let us know about what you got here, your products, your book.
You know what? I feel overwhelmed. You guys are the real artists. I write, I don't draw, and the stuff I see from you guys just blows me away. What I have here is on the name you could see the title page, the different things that I've written. The one on the far right, that's this one here, was actually published. And the story behind that is...
See that again?
Right there. It's kind of a novella, but it's the start of a whole series, and that Revolution is the second one. I had it out, and then there was a couple publishers that wanted my stuff, especially because this is sci-fi. The two that are here are sci-fi, and there's 5 altogether. But the ones on the left, the Blood Witch and the Olganza, those are fantasy. And one of these publishers kind of fought over me for it. So I went with one. They were doing a unique way. Because when I had the book out, it went through Amazon. And I don't know if any of you guys know how Amazon treats most published works. The publisher would get 15% of what was sold. Amazon got 85% of everything. And out of what the publisher got, I got a percent. I think it was 7%. So I was making nothing, absolutely nothing off of the books. So when this publisher approached me, I'm like, fine, 50%. COVID, some woke editors that kept trying to change my stuff, and I fought, and the publisher wanted me, so they said, "No, we'll just you do your own thing. Find a public or editor, do it. We'll run with it." But with all the different things that happened, that publishing company folded, and people were still asking me for the stuff because these books tie into each other, like your guys' books. Yeah. So I was on Teesprings, and I wanted that shirt for myself, just for me. And then it kind of took off. People said, "Oh, well," and I saw on Springs there, it says, "Well, you can put ebooks on there." And I checked the copyright because everything I do is copyright. Said, all right, I'll just start putting them out there. And lo and behold, they're selling.
Excellent. Excellent.
People like my stuff.
That's beautiful stuff. Yeah. Tell them at least a little bit of what they're about.
I come from a doctor's background. I retired a while ago. And my mind, of course, for years has been spent in I always like sci-fi, but putting the science together too. I decided, since I can't do a lot of other things because of physical stuff, my wife kind of slapped me upside the head and said, "You're going to do something." I said, okay. So I started writing. And it's a story based about 1,000 years in the future. And there's a big secret. And I tied in a lot of the you got the conspiracy theories of that we've already been to Mars and there are things there. And I tied it into this story where it's set 1,000 years in the future. We already had a breakaway civilization that went there, found some stuff, and went out and discovered a lot about humanity. And we follow a small group that grows as time goes on, and you find out what humans really are and what we thought we were. And that's what the evolution means. They come across some things that actually changes people, some ancient civilizations. So it's kind of I've had, to give you an example, because I'm going to toot my own horn because you're giving me an opportunity. I don't know if you guys know Joe Malazzi. He's showrunner for almost all of the Stargate series. All of them,
Wow.
Atlantis, all of that. He did Dark Matter. He's read my stuff and he said he loves it. He says it's really well written and he wants to do a forward for it. So when I get these things out to an actual publisher, he will have the forward for it. He already promised me that.
That's amazing, man.
I've had other people in the business that they say they absolutely love it. So I'm guarding this. I have a trust set up, everything, so that when I die, my family gets it and no one's monkeying with my story. There's not going to be any Hollywood crap done to it, either by another publisher or anyone else, because there have been certain approaches where people have thought about putting this into animated different type of things. And I said, it has to be the way it is. Because these stories, I don't know how you guys do your stuff. Being a doctor for like 25 years, I think it was a little over 25 years, I met thousands of people. I've heard it all. I've known people in the Secret Service. I've known people that have been abused. I know all kinds of things. And these people are put in the books, different names, different situations, but their personalities are there. Their experiences are rewritten. So it's an archive of everybody that I've ever known. And I don't want anyone messing with it.
That's why comics from people like Kirby and Lee and all the early stuff, that's why it was so imaginary, so much in it, so relatable, was because of their experience. They had life experience, they had people experience, and that's exactly what you're bringing to the table, your huge experience. I love the subject matter. I listen to a lot of pseudoscience and crappy stuff on YouTube, and a lot of it is there are parts of it that have valid research in them. I'm a big fan of the idea of there being an ancient civilization prior to the Ice Age, and the fact that a lot of the things that we see aren't dated correctly. And then you listen to someone like the guy that does all the research on the UFOs
what's his name again?
He's the one that knows that knows his stuff and is serious. Yeah, no, I'm thinking the guy is the guy with glasses, and he talks about when they tell you that it's the aliens are real or whatever, and the day after the aliens, it's aliens. The day after disclosure. And about a breakaway civilization stuff. This stuff is magic. It's so full of fantastic concepts. See, how do I get hold of the book?
Well, just go to Spring, start with Evolution. I don't know why it switched orders. I had the eyeball, the human eyeball there first. Right. And then the Android is second, and then the third one is going to be something different when I post it. And eventually I'll put the Blood Witch with the actual cover that was designed for print on there. But yeah, and the one's a fantasy one. It was kind of the Blood Witch, the old Gons, as a history of what happened. That's cool. It's not a vampire type story, but it's a play on what blood can do to a specific family. And it's all about heroics, because like you guys do in your books, our heroes are being eliminated, changed, killed off, turned into perverts. I can't live with that, and I'm glad you guys can't either. That's why, water seeks its own level. The minds that think similarly and have respect for what the human experience is, they all attract each other. And that's what I'm putting in there. Is there's real heroes, not anything else. But it's a fantasy
That's awesome.
thing, and the Blood Witch is actually quite a massive book, and it follows mainly a girl, but there's a guy involved, and it goes over their ages, a little bit of magic, and mostly some. It's kind of a horror almost.
Oh,
Scary.
nice.
It's kind of a mix between that.
That kind of stuff is exactly what I like. I like science. I like history. I like horror. Like I try to put those bits of those elements into a lot of my projects because it's stuff that I like too. I know you and I we've had a really good discussion on other streams as well. Medical wise, doctor to doctor.
Right.
But
Kill the Fauci.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. Like City of Venus, my first kind of solo series. That's what a lot of that kind of I dive into with that. There's a lot of science. I'm going to be putting other elements in there, but like I built another kind of history to the universe that I created on this. Because I wanted to make sure people are going to be able to connect this and other books together. But at the same time, it is its own specific story. And I didn't get issue 1, I approach it a certain way, so people think that it's just like this kind of zombie horror book, but it's not. It's something different, and I'm going to expand upon all that, especially in the next issue, which is going to be 50 pages, so everybody knows. But yeah, and you're going to see more of the world where the main character came from, all that stuff. Like I want to start to give people a little bit more to chew on, but it's the same deal, right? We want to create awesome projects. There's things that we're very interested in. Put the research in, do the work. Your medical background, and then like you said, the people that you've known in your life. I've known a good number of different people, and a lot of the circles that I ran in, from entertainment stuff to like you. I knew a couple of people who were involved in certain agencies. So it is interesting to see how things work and operate. But to kind of give our own spin on stuff, or to tell our own kind of stories that we're coming up with, science and fantasy and horror and all that stuff. Oh, beautiful stuff. Right. Tommy and I both dropped the links in. So
thank you.
Yeah, if you haven't, when the stream's done, I'm going to have to put it into the description as well. But I'll make sure to do that. But yeah, click on there because Adega Outlaw, great dude, amazing creator as well.
I have a YouTube channel that I'm going through my current stuff. And then I got approached by Top Fives. I don't know if you guys know who they are. They're 3.4 million subscribers on YouTube. They do documentary stuff. So I write for them too.
Oh, excellent.
That's amazing.
That guy I was trying to think of was Richard Doland.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And also Graham Hancock, as far as ancient civilizations are concerned. I don't know if you've read either of those two guys, but brilliant stuff, brilliant research. Well worth taking a look at.
That's amazing. Hell yeah.
Well, one thing that really stood out that I think is absolutely awesome is the fact that you're extremely protective of your property.
Yeah.
And I greatly respect that, because after seeing what's happening with Tolkien now with Amazon and a couple of the other, watching these properties that were once mighty and now kind of being adapted for modern audiences, it's like, oh, ouch, where somebody has their control of their own creation. I appreciate that, because whatever direction that show goes, or whatever direction that creation goes, it's the creator that's steering the helm, not some outrage mob or activist group.
Exactly.
And here's the thing too that each one of you need to think of, because I've seen some of your stuff. I haven't got everybody, sorry, but the classical instead of the modern way, the classical way of thinking is going to outlive the trend, the fad that these people are pushing. And you write and you create and you draw for things that are going to last, they will last. While everything else dies off and fades away into stupidity of history, your stuff will be there.
Exactly, man. And that's the thing. Really put the work into it, because even Hollywood, for example, right? They love going the shortcut. They love doing stupid shit. I've been watching those the movies that made us while I eat lunch, right? So I got to the RoboCop episode, and as I'm watching it, I'm going like, what they did, what they put together, how they did it was pretty amazing. a feat on its own. But I'm looking at a certain element in the movie too, and I remember back to it where he couldn't kill the guy, the company, the owner of the guy who made him, right? That he kind of like was glitching out, and I'm going, well, fuck. I finally. Oh, shit.
Oh.
What the hell? Sorry, guys. I had a piece that fell here. But what I was saying, though, like the RoboCop situation and what they had done, there's that element, right, where he can't kill that dude.
It's that hidden rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he couldn't kill the CEO.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's a protocol.
But the other thing that I was looking at though, because they finally put it, like I watched it for free finally, that lump of shit, Black Widow. Yeah, because they put it on Disney Plus, whatever. So I'm watching that fucking thing, and I'm going, the end of the movie, it's the same shit. She freezes, like she can't kill the guy that was responsible for the Red Room, right? And I'm going, this is just a fucking carbon copy knockoff bullshit. And she couldn't do it the right way. It's like they just it was in a blink of an eye. Oh, she bashes her head on the table, and then she could hurt the guy. Like what the
yeah, that was so stupid.
Watered down thievery across the board. You know, it's shit like that makes no sense to me. And I'm like, well, why would they do something like that? It's lack of originality. People just keep doing the same shit over and over. It's garbage, you know? And then you have the whole sexist shit that they want to put in there too. She was all bitching and whining. Yeah, I'm not a sex object. Every shot in that movie was her ass.
Yep.
Every shot.
Or somebody else's ass.
Exactly.
Stunt doubles us.
I don't want to know. Don't ruin it.
Right?
Don't ruin it.
And I was sitting there like I'm not going to pay money to see this movie. So like it was on anyway. I got it a different way, but but yeah, I'm like, I'm fine. I'll put it on. Let's see, because she's good to look at anyway, right? And I'm going, this movie is garbage. Everything that I said to like in my review or that I called it with the Taskmaster situation, I'm like, yeah, it's so clear what it is. There were no surprises. Everything was just, you know, what was going to happen. It's shit. That's why we're working so hard to give you guys something that's different. We're putting our hearts and souls into these projects because they're great stories. And again, we're working hard to give you something better. They're not doing it. They're pushing other shit. They're pushing agendas. You saw what Coates did, what all these other people are doing. The latest, the Amazonian, that now Amazons are trans. Since when?
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's just all right, we're going to double down. They made Superman, Jonathan Kent, they made him gay, okay, or bi, or whatever. Who cares? These are supposed to be characters for kids, primarily. That's how these companies are supposed to work. But now they're not doing that. Now it's always agenda. It's shit.
How does that work even on, you know, and Themyscira? I mean, they're all women. If they are trans, so they're basically becoming men.
Yeah.
Right? On Themyscira, which is only women are allowed, so they are getting banned because they are transforming into men.
You're trying to make sense of the irrational.
Exactly, and you can't.
Yeah, you never try to make sense of stupidity. Never do it, because not only does it lower your IQ, it lowers your ability to breathe properly.
Yeah.
And my Sketchback 340, he says, Vinny, blink twice if Alec Baldwin is at your studio. No, that wasn't Alec Baldwin knocking that stuff over. That was actually a mini gnome version of the Wild Walton trying to get through the woods.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it was a figure I reviewed. I didn't put him up properly, and he fell down again. I'm like, you sons of bitches.
Was it Frankenstein?
It is what it is. No, it was actually Superman.
Look, Vinny, you don't have to cover for Walton just because you're going to be on his channel later. Stop.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Oh, he's doing one tonight. I keep forgetting. Tomorrow though, we're definitely going to be over there. Saturday. That one's going to be a good one, guys. Don't miss it. Go to Walton's channel, and he's going to have on Nerdrotic. We're going to be over there. We're going to be talking about our books, what's going on right now in society, and all this shit. A little bit of everything, but again, that's what we're doing here. We want to make things more realistic and approach everything in a genuine way. We know the media doesn't do that. Hollywood doesn't do that. Our entertainment doesn't do that. It's all bullshit. That's why we're trying our hardest here. The indie scene, this golden age of kind of independent creators and books and projects, that's what we're pushing for. You know, that's what we need. there's too much craziness going on all over the place. Yeah, Tommy, if you could grab, or someone else could grab the link for Walton's channel, please put it out there. What's up, Red Gaze? Hail, brother. Oh, I thought it was gaming night tonight. I guess not. But again, another creator, Sunsworn. If you guys haven't backed it yet, back that project. Go for it. You know, we're working damn hard to get you guys quality projects. You know, we're not messing around when it comes to this stuff. I'm working until 3 in the morning every night to make sure that I get these pages done for you guys. You know, I'm on campaign number 6, and it's going to be 3 years, I think, now that I'm in all this stuff. You know, we're trying damn hard. You know, and yeah, it's the best of the best quality, everything. You know,
and just one thing about my situation too, I don't take a dime of any of this. I told you about the trust, everything that's set up. It's all going to my kids, future generations. I don't touch it. This is all for everybody else.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, you're preparing for your family, and that is awesome. That's what we got to do here. You know, we got to build something better. I got a library of books now, you know, and I'm going to continuously get more of them out there. My brother Frank and I, we have another project we want to get out as well after City of Venus. And I think it's something you guys and girls are going to love. And it's different than our other projects, like totally different. And it's going to be something that it's full of action throughout, but the story is there. It's entertaining as hell. You know, we're trying to be very cinematic in our approach to all of this stuff. We're not half-assing it. That's why, like a lot of the stuff I do, I kind of do like European formats on things.
Nice.
Well, like on this, I specifically did it for Through the Woods, 100-page, you know, killer ghost story you got here. But even the way I do the artwork, like I'm not trying to do tons of little panels all over the place. I try to do bigger ones, and then if I got to up the page count, I up the page count because I want you guys to experience it more, how I have it in my head or the story we're trying to tell. Because that's what I think is crucial, you know? It's this stuff where people are doing little cheap shortcuts and things like that in the mainstream. No thanks, you know? We're going to just bypass that shit because we see what they're putting out. It's pure trash, you know? We'll jump real quick into another thing that I saw. I wanted to at least cover this just a little bit. Uncharted.
Oh, God.
Like, to me, this was a complete sin what they did.
Yeah.
Because the games are fantastic, and this is what we're talking about too. Hollywood doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. It's like we'll get the guy who's the hottest name right now in Hollywood. Oh, it's Tom Holland. Let's attach him to something. You know, it's because they want somewhere we got a young actor who's in shape who could do things. Perfect. We have a franchise. No, this guy. I saw the trailer. I don't know if you guys did.
Yeah, I did.
He has no personality in this trailer, in this movie. His lines, or he just can't deliver them. He's like a piece of cardboard.
But he's still like a kid, right? I mean, Nathan Drake was a man in the game, you know,
right,
like
exactly,
well,
right. But even if you go with an earlier story of the character, like I was a fan of the entire series. I met the voice actor. Guy's awesome, naturally just funny as hell. They brought him on set for a weekend or something, and that kid couldn't learn anything from him. That's what's kind of like mind blowing to me as well.
Well, you know what, Vinny? I mean, quite honestly, I think you're wrong on one aspect, though. I think Hollywood knows exactly what they're doing. But see, they've gotten to the point where they just assume that no matter what they put out, what kind of garbage they feed us, that we're just going to consume it anyway. Because that's what the normies have been doing. They're the ones that have been keeping these franchises going that are really failing among all the fans that they were originally created for.
Yeah, you're 100% right. There's just it's shit what they're doing right now. It's pure shit.
Well, did you see somebody on Twitter was like quote tweeting them or whatever, and it was like, here's my idea of Dreamcast for the Uncharted film, and it was like Bradley Cooper as Nathan Drake and Mel Gibson as Sully. And I was like, holy crap. Like compared to what we're getting.
That would have been better too. But I'm sorry, Nathan Fillion was the guy because they modeled it after him and Nolan North, the guy who actually did the motion capture and all that. It's those two guys put together. And guess what? Nathan Fillion, he did a fan film a couple of years ago that was 15 minutes.
Which was awesome. 15
minutes of glorious Unchartedness right there. He got the attitude down, the comedy, everything they did was perfect on that level. And like to me, it makes no sense why you don't want to grab him. Oh, they put the labels. He's too old. He's too big. We can't have someone like that. Fuck you. That guy was perfect for it. Absolutely perfect. And they dropped the ball across the board, if you ask me. Yeah, it looks pretty. The trailer looks pretty. But then they do the same thing of like they're defying physics. They did the part from the third game where he's out of the cargo plane and he's doing that monkey hop to go in. I'm sorry. If you're on a crate and you go to jump, you're not going forward. You're flying the fuck backwards to your death. And he did it like 3 times. Then he gets hit by a car. Like, what kind of stupid shit? And all it does is like it pulls on its pants and it just takes a hot steaming pile all over the games. Because it's one of those movies that's based off a game. It's gonna be shit. It's like, really? No, you destroyed it all. They worked the physics in the game. They did the stuff they did. It made sense. It was a lot of fun. They had Harrison Ford was actually playing that third game as well. There's clips of him all over the place, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so into this. The action doesn't stop." Like he was
my family
totally invested, you know. And it's like that's the experience that you want. What they're doing here is like, oh, we'll take a couple of the moments that happened in the games, we'll put them together, we'll stitch them together, and oh yeah, here's the young pretty face we're gonna throw in. Like, get out of here. Pure shit, man.
I think these people don't care about the intellectual property at all.
I think Hollywood suffers from some television suffers, some publishers suffer from, and that's being brave. You know, the reason that we got something like Star Wars was because someone was brave or stupid. It doesn't matter, but it was made purely out of passion and out of a real love of what they were crafting. Mm-hmm. And, you know, maybe it was a bunch of accidents that came together, but risks were taken. And that's how you end up with fantastic brands and IPs, by taking risks.
See, I was thinking the same thing because, you know, they slap in these actors and actresses. But when you look at Star Wars, you got to be as old as I am, but did any of you know any of these actors? They came out of nowhere just that they could do the part really well.
I knew who Harrison Ford was because he was in what was the earlier one Lucas did? American Graffiti.
American Graffiti?
Yeah. But you get my point.
Yeah.
You know, give some of these people that are actually really skilled a chance instead of slapping some guy on, think he's going to bring in a few people in the audience instead of making something, like you said, a risk. And without risk, you're not going to get the reward.
No,
well, you know what, Odega?
No.
You know what? Exactly. You can actually take somebody who doesn't fit the role, but if you write a good enough story around it and have good enough directing, you could probably make those people fit into the role. That's the problem with Hollywood anymore. Yeah. They don't care enough about the source material or what they're actually doing to make anybody fit into the roles anymore.
Yeah. Because here's that other point too of this actor. I'm sorry, if he actually played the games or was really invested in it, you'd think he'd be. Oh wait, Nathan. He needs to be more alive. I can't play this like kind of flat. Even like the kid, because they go back into the character's past in I think the third and the fourth game, and you see him kind of like as a teenager doing his kind of thievery thing or whatever, and you can see he's a wise ass. It's there. All those elements are there in the character. I saw the trailer and I just saw a cheap shot here or there that was like fucking flat. It didn't land at all, you know. And it's like, what the fuck? At least if he was more alive, I could have got past his face because like he doesn't capture the character on any level, not on any level. You can see it right here. I'm sorry. Isn't that Nathan Fillion pretty much?
Yeah.
You know, it's all right there in your face.
And what is Marky Mark
doing, by the way? It looks like Tom Holland is playing Rusty Griswold, playing the guy from Uncharted. I don't know. Maybe that's just
exactly. I want to say
Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man. Simple as that.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see Toby in the new Spider-Man movie.
Because it had more heart. I find this guy a little bit wooden.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. But I want to say real quick though, the shout out to we got Nerium in the house as well.
Hey.
We got Carla in the house.
Hey, Carla.
There's a few more people who jumped in here. I saw Sim a minute ago. Where is he? Bam. Yes, great people. We got Spike 220. The Fast Nines. Oh my God. One of my cousins, she loves these movies. She's like, no, you got to watch them. I got through maybe 2 of them. Like I can't. I gave a collection back.
You know what? And Spike also makes another good point. Peter Cushing and Alec McGinnis.
Yeah. That's what I mean. There's things you could do, but Hollywood doesn't.
Okay.
Well, like you said, Tommy, they know what they're doing. They got a shitty recipe, and they keep falling in their faces in certain ways. I'm sure the movie's still going to do great, but it's not going to be what the fuck it's supposed to be, and that's the sad thing of it.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people thought Assassin's Creed was going to do gangbusters too.
Yeah.
And here's the funny thing, though. I think they handle it pretty well. Yeah, they made their over-the-top changes, like the Animus and all that, but I think the story was there. There was something that was solid enough.
I didn't mind that film.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty
it.
shallow. Okay, I like crappy movies. even I haven't watched the Fast and the Furious.
Oh, Russ, you like crappy movies. You must love Chopping Mall and Sleepaway Camp, then, right?
What?
Sleepaway Camp.
I gotta say though, I did see what was it, Sean Hobbs? I guess the spin-off one.
With The Rock.
All right.
Yeah, with The Rock and Jason Statham. I actually did enjoy that one.
The Rock is always entertaining.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with Black Adam. I think that's going to be pretty entertaining. But yeah, fingers are crossed on that. But yeah, here is Nolan North, and look at the height difference too. Like he looks like a little. It's Iron Boy. That's not a lead to me.
Iron Boy.
Well,
you know.
Yeah.
And this dude, if you haven't seen Con Men, look it up. Alan Tudyk and this dude. It was a TV series. I forgot where it aired or whatever. Where it's kind of like the convention of life in that scene, and his character is absolutely hilarious because it's pretty much like he's a famous motion capture actor, and he thinks like he is like such a thespian about it all. It's fucking hilarious. Go check it out if you could. But yeah, he's a really cool dude, super nice guy as well. At the end of his show, he sat there and he's still not sat there. He came around his table and he was still finishing his line as the place was empty. That's somebody who cares about fans and cares about the product that they put out there. So yeah, I'm down for the games. I'm not down for Tom Holland playing the character.
No.
Sorry, I think they fucked up. But before we go, I wanna make sure to cover Chris's project as well. Infinitale Chronicles: The War of the Trees #1. He crossed over 3,000 now, dude. That is awesome. Congrats, brother.
Thanks.
Beautiful. We're
Awesome,
gonna keep
man.
going up on this. We want to see at least 100 backers on this before those 9 days are up. If you guys can do it, that would be awesome. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me show that.
Oh yeah, this is the holographic, right?
Yep. Yeah, this is the dat ass jumbo card. Just to give you a size comparison, here's the standard size card, and
look at that.
That's amazing stuff, man. Beautiful.
Jesus,
Sweet.
man. Huge.
Yeah, I can't wait to get these in people's hands.
All right.
Killer. Yeah, man. So give him a little rundown too on this awesome project. Sim, we got to get you back on one day too, buddy. You know, he's always working hard and doing great stuff.
Sim's awesome.
Absolutely.
So a little, I guess the pitch for Infinitale Chronicles is it's an epic fantasy comic book based off of an old tabletop role-playing game system that I had developed back in the early 90s. If you're a big fan of Saturday morning cartoons from the 80s or anime from the 90s, I think you'll really love this. If you like elves, you'll love it. If you hate elves, you'll really love it because the elves get messed up. It's an origin story for the elves.
Dude, awesome stuff, man.
Wait a minute. Vinny, go up again, if you will. How many backers is there right now?
It's 79, I think.
Refresh it, please.
Bim, 80.
Whoa.
Boom. I just checked.
20
Awesome.
away, dude. You're awesome, Aranis. 20 away from hitting 100 backers on this fantastic project. Let's play the trailer too. This thing's beautiful.
Thanks.
We were all innocent once. That time is no more. The illusions of safety and assurance are inexorably dispelled by experience. On the world of Asperia, the children of the gods were torn from their sanctuary of a blissful ignorance and unchallenged dogma. Eventually, everyone must grow up, even the eternally young. A single act of defiance set events in motion that would shatter the very foundation of existence. As the conflagration of a great war burned through the lands, unlikely allies rose from the ashes to defy extinction. The angered gods sought to rid the world of a blight that had befelled their flocks. This infection was an unforgivable sin, the true knowledge of creation. Their wrath was cruel and merciless. These are the tales of the great war that destroyed our world, and of the heroes that led us to new lands beyond it.
Yeah.
Infinito Chronicles, the War of the Trees.
Look at that.
Awesome.
Absolutely awesome.
That's really good. You check that out again. Refresh that.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's a killer on the freight.
Yeah, sorry.
But it's a great book. It looks fantastic. It's got to be supported. So yeah.
Yep.
For sure, man. For sure. That's why I love showcasing Chris, because he's a great guy. He's got an amazing project here. Something he's been working on for, like he said, 30 years. Really, getting this down cold. Yeah, man. Nothing but love and respect. And that's what I like. Great people here. Great creators. Shit talkers. Bad people. I don't like them near my channel. I don't like them near me. What I like is awesome creators, great people. And that's what we have here. If you can, please support this. Grab the links out. Get them out there on social media. Do what you can. Let people know. Like, look at all this beautiful work that's attached to this project as well, man. It's just one hell of a creative team. Yeah, man. This is something special.
Thanks.
Vinny, I would like to thank you for giving me a pass for the shit talking. So,
love you, brother.
I'm gonna throw this out there for Walton too, since that's like his main gig is shit talking. So, with all the Animus stuff,
it's also true. Yeah, definitely check out Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective as well. We're gonna be doing a toy stream coming up. What, maybe this Thursday or next Thursday?
Hopefully, we're going to be able to get it started this coming Thursday. Looking forward to actually finally getting that one going for Rogue Entertainment. Going to be collectible pass hosted by 2 guinea pigs. YouTube. So don't try to strike us down, because we will come back more nibbly than you could possibly imagine.
Exactly. You're wrong, YouTube. Yes, much love, everybody. Real quick too, shout out to Kraken, my newest campaign, newest project here. Please support this if you can. If you love pirates, if you love action, hot women, beautiful locations, treasure, there's a supernatural twist in this story as well. But
back to number 85.
Ooh, excellent, brother.
Nice.
Awesome stuff here, man. Hell yeah, Shadowheart, what's up? But yeah. I want to make sure you guys have one hell of a tale on all of this stuff, and it's a very rich story that I came up with for this. Pirates is something I love that genre and everything since I was a kid, and I don't think it was really handled all that well. Maybe a handful of things across the years kind of got it down right, but yeah, I want to kind of show you how that life was in the Caribbean, how it even kind of got started. I want to have some of those elements in there, so you're going to have specific pirates in history are going to be in this series. There's at least a cameo of 1 or 2 of them in this book already, but you're going to find a whole lot more about that. Our main character, Nathaniel James Callan, how he becomes from part of the Royal Navy to piracy, why he did that. The pages are pretty crazy too. It's a very violent scene. But yeah, then this man, he starts to live by his own code on the seas, but that life is a lot different than people would expect and what you have to do to survive. He starts to break his code, that kind of moral compass, so to speak. And is there a way of coming back? it's like I want to play a little bit with those kind of aspects of the psychology behind that. But there's a whole lot more happening too. He actually finds amongst a treasure this skull that's actually a treasure map, so to speak. There's multiple kind of locations carved into it. It's coded. You'll find out the secrecy with that, who it actually belongs to, who was responsible for it. But in the middle of all of what's going on, they're also being pursued by a very nasty villain, who, again, he has no idea he's being pursued by. The guy's pulling strings from the shadows. He has his own agenda, which you'll see. It's this dude right here. But yeah, I want to give you guys, like I told you, a great adventure, something really, really killer, something that's near and dear to my heart. This kind of world, this genre, all of it. And yeah, I'm putting my blood, sweat, and tears into every single page. So I hope you guys are going to be very entertained by it and continue to see more of it. This is right now, it's a 50-page book. I might bleed over a little bit. Like I said, that's why I'm doing the pencils and inks right now. So I get a definitive number for you guys on the last part, because there's certain things where if I want to put an extra splash page in there or something, I want to give myself room to do it. But yeah, and to give you guys like a better number as well.
Beautiful work. It's lovely.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. So yeah, definitely pick this up if you can. Before I start fulfillment, I'll probably give one last shot for the Ultra Bundle, which is one of the tiers on the side, because I got to put in orders for like the caps and all that. But yeah, everything looks great on this. Stretch goals, I'm not even paying attention to these anymore. I kind of add things as I go anyway. People who've got my other campaigns, like I'll do like the first 200 or the first certain number of backers. I'll usually add something extra for them, which is kind of what I've been doing. And not telling people, so they just get a better surprise when they get the projects. Oh yeah, you could pull that up if you'd like.
Yeah, one thing that the digital imagery doesn't really give justice to. Look at that. That's in pencil right there. That's actually drawn on the book. But is the quality of the book itself. Like that really like knocked my socks off when I opened this up, and I was like, this isn't like a floppy. This isn't like. This is a high quality, like
the thing of beauty.
Yeah. It is.
Absolutely.
It really is.
And this was the point that I was making to people, right? Because I wanted to make sure that we could deliver the best quality that surpasses the mainstream, that surpasses other people or whatever. And I did it at, again, that campaign. In the end, I think we have around 41, almost 42,000 on it. But when that happened, I had a specific stretch goal. I crunched my numbers as tight as I could. I knew I was going to get hurt when it came to the fulfillment part, because it's expensive to mail those things out. But people kept supporting the book, and I got into a good place with it. So I wanted to prove that it could be done. I don't give a shit what numbers are. I don't give a shit what anyone else says. No one could tell me I don't put out great quality work, and I want to make sure fans know that across the board. Everything I did. That's why I help people with my printer. I hooked up a number of creators across the board with that printer and something similar, because again, I wanted something in the States. I wanted something, or again, they have a location overseas as well, over in England, but something that is not China, because fuck China. And especially at the height of COVID, I fulfilled that hardcover book. So again, that's why they called me the Fulfillment King on this stuff. 5 campaigns.
You tell them.
Yeah, and that's the way we're doing it. Number 6 is coming to you guys, like I told you. I'm aiming for the first quarter of 2022 for the pirate book. Like I said, I'm working on the last act. If you guys want the other books, the links are down here as well. Those ship immediately, same day or next day. They go right into the mail. Like I said, through the woods, bam, right. I'm damn close to hitting 42,000 on 750 backers. That's pretty damn amazing, over 2,000 books delivered in people's hands from all my campaigns put together, and all the other bells and whistles. So if you guys want quality stuff, if a creator you could trust, that's me, and people that I'm championing on my streams normally. So please support everyone you can over here. You want high quality, you're gonna get it. You want entertainment, you're going to get it. So, again, I'm a little bit late for some stuff myself. Like I said, Fridays, we cut it a little bit shorter. But thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Everyone in the chat, you guys are the best. You guys and girls absolutely rock. my panel here. You guys, beautiful, beautiful people. Yeah, we're going to continue this. Tomorrow, remember, go over to Walton's channel. Nerdrotic's going to be there. We're going to be showcasing some great books. We're going to be talking about some topical stuff. Sunday, head on over back to my stream. We'll make it a little bit longer and have a lot more fun and hit some more topics a little bit more in depth. So, hell yeah, guys, girls, everyone, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's fun.
Tommy,
Thank you, Vinny.
always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Tommy, Adega, Chris Fisk, Marinus, which he's probably half asleep right now. Russ, also ready to close your eyes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Russ, what you really got to do is you got to get one of those berets and have Russ on the front, kind of like Rusty Griswold.
I'll be all right, thanks.
Remember, everyone, be kind to one another, but kick ass while you create. And don't forget, let's go, Brandon.